Welcome to the Curate Your Life podcast with Temetria, where we focus on curating the life you've been dreaming of, one goal at a time. Okay, y'all, I want to talk to you today about the state of your life. Are you living a life of apathy? Do you lack enthusiasm and interest for life? And when I talk about this, I'm not talking about somebody who is not interested in living life anymore. That's a totally different thing. If that's where you are, or if you feel like you know somebody in that place, it's time for help from a mental professional, from a mental health professional. So that's not what I'm talking about today. That's totally different, very serious, and something that you should seek help for right away from a mental health professional. What I'm talking about today is if you're not excited about the life that you're living, or if it's not bringing you joy, maybe it's because you're not living the life that you want to be living. A life that is filled with things and experiences and people that bring you joy and pleasure. And maybe it's because you're living a life that you think you're supposed to be living, or a life that you think will please somebody else. Or you may be living a life that's just okay, but it's not one that makes you want to jump out of bed with excitement in the morning. Or if you're not ever a jump out of bed kind of person, maybe it's not a life that brings a smile to your face when you lay your head down on the pillow at night. If any of those are the case, you're living a life that you think you should be living, or you're living a life that you think will please somebody else, or it's just okay, but it's not great. Ask yourself why. If you're not living that life or actively pursuing it, why not? Why during this one trip, I'm assuming that we have one trip here, are you not spending your effort and your energy pursuing the things that will make a great life for you? And that looks different for everybody. And I'm not talking about material possessions here or being consumed by superficial things. I'm talking about things that will bring you fulfillment and joy and growth, and just make your life better, make your time on this earth better for you and better for the people surrounding you, the people in your life. So let's look at those reasons. Let's look at the reasons why you may not be living a life that excites you. If you're letting, I call them the outside voices, dictate or influence how you should live your life, and it doesn't truly feel authentic to you, if it doesn't feel right in your bones, it's not going to spark joy, and it's not going to be a reason to go out and try to make the most of it if it's not what you want in the first place. So I think it's time to question the shoulds, the pictures that we see in the media, the lives that our friends are living. Should our lives look like that? Maybe, but maybe not if it's not what you want. So I encourage you, and I encourage all of my clients to spend a lot of time thinking about who you are and what you want from life, what you want to offer to this world, what you want to do in this world, the kind of things that you want to experience, who you want to be part of your inner circle. Because the world is a big, vast place, and there are a lot of things to do and people to meet and different ways of living. And if you're thinking that there's one certain way to do it, and that's not the way you want to do it, it won't light you up. If you're not interested in 2.5 kids and a dog, then don't have 2.5 kids and a dog. If you're not interested in the traditional family unit, you don't have to do that. If you want to be a single person with one kid, it's possible. So I think a lot of times we get hemmed up by the shoulds, and that doesn't excite us. So we don't go out and find the thing that does excite us. Or if you're living the life that you think will please somebody, please your parents, please your partner, if you're keeping yourself in a box that either they have said they want you to be in or you think they want you to be in, and it's not where you want to be, you're not going to be enthusiastic about that. You're not going to put extra effort, go the extra mile in making it the most that it can be. You will want to sit on the couch and veg and watch The Real Housewives or scroll on social media to see what other people are doing. You won't be interested and invested in your life if you're not living it for you, if you're not living it in a way that is going to bring you joy and going to inspire you to put the best you out there to make the world a better place. And I'm not saying you have to go on some mission to find water for a village in Africa. I'm saying being the best person that you are, living your authentic self, living your joy, doing what you think is valuable in the world will make your corner of the world a better place. And that will touch other people who will be inspired to do the same. Even that, me saying you go out and be you and make the world a better place, that can look the way you want it to be. You making the world a better place, maybe saying hi to every stranger that you see on the street. It may be telling a joke a day to a friend. That may be you bringing joy to the world. It may be painting. That may be your gift to the world. Or you could just be a really good listener. Be someone who's really present with another person. That could be life-changing for someone. So I don't want to put you in a box either. I don't want you to get hemmed up when I say live your best life, do your thing, and make the world a better place, because I'm not here to tell you what that looks like. I'm here to tell you that when you start to ask yourself, what can I do? Who do I want to be? What do I want to leave in the world? And you hit on that thing that sparks joy in your soul, or at least will give you pause and you'll think, yeah, that's it. That's the thing. I wonder if I could do that. Pursue that. Look into that. Keep asking yourself those questions until you get to that answer, because I don't think we were sent to this earth to sit on the couch and scroll through Facebook or watch The Real Housewives and just be observers. I think we were sent here to learn and grow and do and experience all that life has to offer, the good and the bad. And when you get up and you stretch yourself and you get uncomfortable, like I talk about a lot, there's going to be good and bad. There will be success and there will be failure. And failure, if you don't stop, is really just learning. It's a trial. It's an attempt, right? That will lead you to the next attempt or the next lesson. What I'm really talking about and encouraging you to do is to engage in your life. Don't just sit back and let life pass you by and throw you a crumb here, throw you a crumb there. Go out and bake bread, if we're going to use the crumb analogy. The world may need your recipe for bread. And so you may be thinking, okay, T, that all sounds great, but I don't even know what lights me up. I don't even know what would make me excited to jump out of bed in the morning. And that's where you have to be willing to be open and curious about what you might like, what might bring you joy. And when you answer that question, don't automatically shut yourself down. So say you ask yourself that question, okay, what do I really want to do? What brings me joy? And the answer comes back, I want to climb Everest. I've always wondered about that. Don't automatically say that's crazy and shut yourself down or you can't do that. And I know Everest is a big deal. I mean, it's expensive. You could lose a toe at base camp. You can't do it alone. But I'm not even saying you can't do it, because there are people out there who have done it. So it is possible. Now, is it a stretch? Yeah, but it's a possibility. But let's say it's not Everest. Say it's a book that you want to write. It's possible. And you know what it starts with? Knowing what you want your book to be about. Is it fiction? Is it nonfiction? Is it a how-to book? And you start writing. You set aside time each day to write, 30 minutes. Or you write every weekend. Or you take a class if you feel like you need to take a class. But you take a step, any step that moves you in that direction, and you're willing to try it and be good at it or not be good at it and learn something, or try it and decide, no, this is not for me. And not just not for me because it's hard or uncomfortable, but really this is not the experience that I wanted. But even in that, if you go down that road and you decide that's not what you want to do, that if you figure out how much it costs to do Everest and you decide, no, I don't want to spend that money, or if you start writing a book and you give yourself 3 months to try it, and in that 3 months you do not like the process at all, not just because you're not getting it right or it's not going the way that you want, but it's not fulfilling you the way you thought it was going to fulfill you, then you will know that I tried writing a book and I didn't really like it. I like reading books, but I don't like writing books. Then you'll know. You will have grown and you will have learned something about yourself. And that's what life is. If we're not growing and changing, we're stagnant, and that's just a slow death. And nobody knows how much time we have on this earth, but if you have another 20, 30, 40 years in front of you, do you just want to slowly die and decline, or would you like to spend your time here getting a little bit better every day, doing a little bit better every day, experiencing a little bit more of life every day? I feel like I have more to say about this. This is what I have to say about it for now, but I really would like to know how you feel about this. What living and leading a full life means to you. Because like I said, it will be different for everybody. My full life does not have to look like, probably will not, I would say should not look like what your full life looks like. So please send me comments, email me at info@coachtemetria.com. I want to know what your full life looks like. And if you really have no inkling, if you have not thought about this, I want to help you. I have 2 ways that I can help you. I have the 30-minute 3-year plan. It's a downloadable PDF where I ask you some questions and give you some prompts to think about what you want your life to look like and why. Or we can do it one-on-one. You can set up a consultation and I'll take you through the 30-minute 3-year plan, and I'll ask you questions and help you figure it out live on the spot and in real time. Because I really do believe that's what we're here for. And this is the beginning of a new year. Everybody's jazzed right now about the opportunities ahead of us for 2024. Not that I think you need a new year or a Monday or the beginning of the month to start this, but since we're here and since we have a whole year ahead of us, a blank slate, if you will, write a story that you are going to love living. Until next time.